All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Highruler, and today's video is just some quick thoughts on the Peacemaker situation that is happening. And I wanted to post this video a couple of days ago, and I never really had the opportunity to because there's been so much to talk about with regards to Suicide Squad. The patch, the reaction to the patch, the issues that popped up, and then obviously the Warner Brothers situation there, and now obviously the dev update. I haven't really had the opportunity to sit down and really kind of think about my thoughts with regards to this, because this all started when the Mortal Kombat 1 trailer came out showcasing Peacemaker, and I'm going to play it as you guys are listening, and it looks so good. Like, everything to do with Peacemaker in that game looks phenomenal, right? And I was sitting there and I couldn't help but feel jealous, right? Because obviously it's a DC character and they're using him in Mortal Kombat, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't use him in Mortal Kombat, but I'm just saying that obviously as someone who plays Suicide Squad, who likes Suicide Squad, the character just blends well with what Rocksteady is trying to do. And I look at kind of the characters they're releasing this year: Joker, Lawless, Mrs. Freeze, Deathstroke. And I'm looking at those, and it's just, some of it gets me excited and some of it doesn't, right? Mrs. Freeze obviously being not Mr. Freeze, as many people would know, and then Lawless being their own take on that character, which is Deadshot's daughter. There is some wiggle room there for Rocksteady to play and put their own spin on things. But I wonder if that's a mistake now. If this game was doing super well right out of the gate, no technical issues, no bugs, people were playing, having fun, I would almost argue that, yeah, you can take those risks, you can take that kind of situation and make it your own thing. But now I feel like releasing those characters is actually not going to do what you want it to do, right? And it's way too late to pivot at this point. To any sort of knowledgeable person, if you're going to pivot at this point, you're not seeing any of that content for half a year, maybe a year. And I think it's just unfortunate at this point, because when I look at Peacemaker, all I can think about is how good he would fit in this game. And it's just really unfortunate that I think what's going to happen here is that obviously there's some heavy hitters on the Suicide Squad, and you're drumming up excitement that way, you're really not going to have a lot of excitement bleeding into this game. You're going to get some with Joker. Obviously, Joker and Deathstroke carry their own weight. Obviously, those are two very heavy hitter characters, but I think you needed 4 heavy hitter characters, right? And I think when you look back into the past, you can always go back to Marvel's Avengers here, and you look back to Kate Bishop. And I think Kate Bishop, for what Kate Bishop did, was create a very fun gameplay element to the game, right? The teleports, the arrows, the rest of it. Kate Bishop was a lot of fun. But what if that was a character that was a heavy hitter, right? What if that was a character that brought more to the table in terms of name recognition? And I just wonder if later on during this year, we're going to feel that during season 2 and during season 3, where these characters are going to come out, but they don't command the same excitement, right? That a Peacemaker would, or any other known recognizable character, right? Joker should do fine, right? And I look at Joker and I look at the season and I go, okay, it's an Elseworlds Joker, so people are going to be a little upset, but it's still Joker. And I think there's more than enough reason to be excited when it's the Joker. I look at Deathstroke, and that's Deathstroke. That character commands a lot of respect. That character commands a lot of fan service there, right? And I think that season's going to be fine, because that'll be the season that ties in with Gotham and all that sort of callbacks, right? So I think that's going to be fine. It's definitely just these middle 2 seasons where I'm kind of worried now at this point. There is so much negativity stacked on this game, and it's not just the people who said, I want a Batman game. It's now everything to do with every single bug, right? It's everything to do with every single update now. And it's now with this comparison to Hogwarts Legacy that people are using. And it's not to say, once again, that the game is in a healthy state. We just don't know the extent of where the game is at, and I've always argued for that. But I think now, when you start having doubts of the game, and this is coming from people who are in the community, who are out of the community, who are journalists, when you start having doubts in this game and in this service, it almost would make me feel better if I knew that there were some heavy hitter characters coming after Joker. Knowing that it's just Joker, and then it's 2 mediocre characters that people are going to very much so not have fun with, and then you have to wait for Deathstroke. I just know that we're going to have some peace within this Joker season, especially if they were able to fix everything. And then after that Joker season, it's going to be half a year hell. And it's just going to be one of those things where I'm not too excited. I think a Peacemaker season, or even any other character that was tied to the Suicide Squad that is known, that is reputable, that people actually like and care for, was tied to these 2 middle seasons, I think everyone would not have an issue with that. But I think if this game continues on with the issues that it's having, and then it drops obviously two characters that people may not care about, I think we're definitely in for a bumpy ride at that point. But it's just a quick little thought video, guys. Obviously, once again, I saw the Mortal Kombat trailer with Peacemaker, and I got jealous. I think looking at that, I was like, man, Peacemaker would be so cool in the game that I play, and it almost made me consider getting Mortal Kombat just so I can play as him. I really think John Cena and James Gunn and what they've done with that character has been super good, and I wish they actually used him in more stuff. You know, obviously with this game being made over the course of 9 years or whatever, you know, plans get solidified way long in advance so you can start making that content. And obviously, you know, they couldn't know the success of what Peacemaker was going to do at the time that this game was being developed and DLC was planned out and the rest of it. But obviously, you know, if they could go back in time, I'm sure Peacemaker would be a character they'd add. So it's just kind of a frustrating rant video. Obviously, I want things to be different. I wish there was better characters coming because I know exactly what's going to happen. But obviously, any sort of pivot by now would result in a lot of this content just being scrapped, being pushed back. And I think at this point, they can't really do that because I think they just need to get the content out there. They need to recoup their money. And once again, I don't know how much they've sold. And when I say recoup, I don't even know if that's the right word because that would imply that they're still in the negative. We just don't know. We know that it fell way short of Hogwarts Legacy. Almost everything was probably going to fall short of Hogwarts Legacy. I think the only things that probably wouldn't would probably be like a new Batman game or a Superman game or a Justice League game. I think those three would have the best opportunity of catching a Hogwarts Legacy. Everything else, you're just shit out of luck. But I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, at this point in time, we're in for the bumpiest of rides here with this game. And it just kind of makes me wonder, like, what if certain decisions were made differently, right? Obviously, hindsight is 2020, and I have to say that. But, you know, I'm looking at this just going, man, I would really like John Cena in this game. So that's really all I got for you guys today. Just a quick little video, some thoughts, man. It just makes me kind of sad, you know, kind of with what we get. And that's not to say what the characters are going to be disappointing. It's just the style, the execution, and the thought process behind what's going to be given to us over 2 seasons is not exactly what I would intend or what I would hope for or what truly I think would be best for the game at this point in time. I think, honestly, when it comes to the game right now, you almost have to throw everything at it. You know, you have to throw every piece of content, every good idea. If you have something, you got to throw it because otherwise you're just going to keep bleeding players. The reception's going to get worse, and it's just not good at this point. So that's really all I got for you guys today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. You know, would you guys like to see Peacemaker in the game? If you would, what kind of cool stuff would you give him? What kind of costumes would you give him? I just want John Cena, the voice character, man, and more stuff. And that means I got to play other games to get him. I mean, I guess I'll do it, but it's just such a missed opportunity. And I hope that's not the feeling that we're going to have at the end of this, where everything is a missed opportunity, because, man, we've said that a lot before here on this channel, and I would hate to have to do it again. But once again, guys, that is it for the video today. If you enjoyed this, you want to support the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a nice little comment, and I'll see you guys next time. As always, guys, make sure you take care and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.